In a warm nest under the bright sun, Mother Duck sat on her eggs. She waited for her little ducklings to hatch. Soon the eggs started to crack. One by one, 5 fluffy yellow ducklings poked their heads out. They were so cute. Mother Duck was very happy. But there was one egg left. It was bigger and grayer than the others. Finally, the last egg hatched. Out came a big grey duckling. He looked different from his siblings. He wasn't yellow and fluffy like the others. Mother Duck was surprised. The other ducklings quacked and made fun of him. "You're too big and ugly," they said. The grey duckling felt sad and alone. Nobody wanted to play with him. The grey duckling decided to leave the nest. He felt a deep sadness in his heart as he took his first steps away from the only home he had ever known. He was tired of being teased. The other ducklings never missed a chance to make fun of his grey feathers and awkward waddle. He wandered through the tall grass, feeling lost and scared. Every rustle in the grass made him jump, and he wished he had someone to comfort him. He walked for a long time, hoping to find a place where he belonged. The journey seemed endless, and his little legs grew tired. He saw a group of ducks swimming in a pond. They looked so happy and carefree, splashing around in the water. Maybe they will be my friends, he thought. He approached them with hope in his heart, but the ducks also laughed at him. Their laughter echoed in his ears, making him feel even smaller. "Go away, ugly duckling," they quacked. The harsh words stung, and he felt tears welling up in his eyes. The grey duckling felt sadder than ever. He wondered why no one could see past his appearance. He continued his journey, feeling very alone. The world seemed so big and unfriendly. He met a hen and a rooster. They seemed busy with their own lives on the farm. He tried to make friends with them, but they chased him away. Their sharp beaks and loud clucks frightened him. "You're not like us," they clucked. The rejection felt like a heavy weight on his tiny heart. The poor duckling felt like he didn't belong anywhere. Every place he went, he was met with unkindness. He just wanted to find a friend who liked him for who he was. Someone who would see the beauty inside him despite his grey feathers. Summer turned into autumn, and the once vibrant green leaves began to change. The leaves on the trees turned golden brown, creating a beautiful but fleeting tapestry. The grey duckling was still alone, wandering through the forest with no one by his side. Winter came, and the air grew cold, biting at the duckling's feathers. Snow fell from the sky, covering the ground in a thick white blanket. The poor duckling shivered in the cold, his tiny body trembling with each gust of wind. He was hungry and tired, struggling to find food in the frozen landscape. He missed the warmth of his mother's wings, the comfort of her presence. One day he found a kind farmer who took him in, offering him shelter and food. The farmer's children liked to play with the duckling, their laughter filling the air, but he was still sad. He knew he didn't belong there, feeling out of place despite the kindness shown to him. He longed to be free and find his own kind, to discover where he truly belonged. As soon as the snow started to melt, he knew it was time to leave, his heart filled with hope. He thanked the farmer and his family for their kindness, and set off on his journey once more, determined to find his place in the world. Spring arrived, and the world came alive with color. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the fields were painted with vibrant hues. The grey duckling walked until he came to a beautiful lake. The water sparkled under the warm sun, inviting him closer. He saw a group of graceful white birds swimming gracefully on the water. Their elegance and poise were mesmerizing. They were the most beautiful creatures he had ever seen. Their feathers glistened in the sunlight, and they moved with such grace. He wished he could be as beautiful as they were. He felt a pang of longing in his heart. He slowly approached the water, afraid they would chase him away too. His heart pounded as he neared the edge. He looked at his reflection and was astonished by what he saw. The image staring back at him was not the awkward duckling he remembered. He was no longer a grey, awkward duckling. His feathers were now white and pristine. He had grown into a beautiful swan. His heart swelled with joy and disbelief. The other swans swam up to him and welcomed him warmly. They accepted him as one of their own. He had finally found a place where he belonged. The feeling of acceptance was overwhelming. The swan realized that true beauty comes from within. It was not just about appearance, but about the kindness and grace in one's heart. He learned that being different is not a bad thing. In fact, it made him unique and special. He finally understood that he was special all along. His journey had led him to this beautiful realization. He spread his wings and took flight, soaring happily with his new family. The sky was the limit for him now. He had found his true self and his place in the world. His heart was filled with peace and contentment.